Good afternoon. A lot later than normal doing my painting. I had a few jobs to do this morning, so I didn't end up doing any painting first thing. I took Maisie to the groomer and stuff. And this is an unusual thing for me now. I'm trying to do something with watercolour on the gesso board. And I'm working from life. This little posy of three flowers I put together the other evening. I might end up using ink as well, actually, to get the really bright brightness, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow and just get the bones of this in place today. So there's a kind of a purplish. I want to get a nice bright. I don't have purple watercolour here, so let me see if I can make a colour that'll read a bit like those. I think they're called asters. Thank you, Sharon. Flowers. So this one that's over here. Now the colour that's very disappointing for the beautiful purple colour that's there. So let me try again. Yeah, this is a bit more like it. So I think the purple will be sitting about here. It's funny working on the board with the watercolour, because it's kind of not really taking to it so well in places. So we'll see. I mean, it's okay though. I think with the yellow it was fine. Maybe it's just not fluid enough, this colour. A little bit more water in it might work better. Or maybe it was too fluid, I don't know. Oh, for goodness sake, I don't have the microphone in, but hopefully I'm loud enough. Just really have this sense of things to get on with, and I didn't want to not do a painting, so you might sense a kind of a rushed quality to my demeanour. So there's this marigold, then this bright orange, which this is cadmium red I'm using, but like I said, I can maybe use the ink if I come back to this tomorrow. And now I'm going for the sap green mixed with some hooker's green and some ultramarine blue to make the shadow side there, the leaves. Yeah, I find myself a bit impatient here. I'm kind of, I don't know what it is, maybe wanting to focus a little bit more than I had done there. I kind of like the way that you can wipe away with the watercolour on this board. That keeps me kind of interested, knowing that that's an option. There's a stem that comes down here, and then there's some things happening with the dark green. So a bit more blue into that green would help, I think, or the ultramarine blue into that area. And what I might do, because I sense an impatience in myself, like what I might do is even just leave it fairly abstract and see when I come back to it tomorrow what I feel to do. It might be that I do something completely different, or it might be that I'm delighted by it tomorrow and do different things. But no harm to leave it before I've made that decision even. There's a lot going on at the moment. They're preparing for that pop-up gallery shop thing that we're doing in Roslin, and I feel like there are jobs that I need to do related to that, that are kind of time sensitive. But I didn't want to give up my daily ritual of doing some painting every day, because that seems too important a thing to sacrifice. Yeah. However, if you're sensing the distraction, that's what that is. It's the kind of, I'm going to go through my folders of work and decide what to take to the framer tomorrow. That's what my plan is. That little pattern on the teacup is nice, isn't it? This is a vetiver blue from Daniel Smith. It's a little bit like cerulean blue, but I think it's kind of a nicer effect. And then there's a little bud. Okay, and if I was to try and explain the edge of the cup, I think the simplest way to do it might be to just find the circular structure that it's standing on, and where that meets the edge of the cup. And like this side of the cup is darker than this side because the light is falling on this side just now. Got two windows in the living room, but it's the one on the left that's casting more light in the afternoon, and also with me being closer to it. Yeah, the sun is going around the house at the moment. I rarely close the curtains here. My sister was saying to me years ago, I remember her saying, God, you don't close the curtains. Like, she loves the whole thing of cozying up at night time. But I think especially out the front there's these lovely trees. I kind of like to know they're there. Like, and I think you can be cozy without having to close the curtains. Anyway, doesn't matter. So there we have it. Something happened. And I think it's enough just now. I say that, and then I say something. Maybe just putting the rim of the cup might help there, maybe. It's an indication of where it meets the foliage. It's a kind of a Payne's grey. I think actually it's called Indian Threne Blue. Looks a bit like the vetiver. Yesterday's video was fierce long, wasn't it? It was like, if you were listening, if you tuned in, it was. It's only just loaded up today actually. It was like over an hour and a half, and I'd say I wasn't saying very much at all. But it was nice having your company anyway. Those of you who tap in now and then even, because like it's a long time, isn't it? But maybe people sometimes listen as in like just kind of keep it going on in the background or something, so that you've got. That's what I feel about you sometimes. I just kind of want the company as I'm working, but I don't want to be absorbed in a conversation or something. I just want to know there's life going on elsewhere. My goodness, the rim of the cup goes right up there. Maybe not right that far actually. There. It's a shame because I kind of like that leaf, but it's too high up. I guess I'm looking down on the cup more than I first realised. There's quite a long space there, isn't it? Well, I don't know. I think I can explore that tomorrow. Maybe the front of it needs to come up a bit higher or something. Or the back down a bit lower. Come down a bit lower. Excuse me. Whoa, that was a big one. I seem to be losing it all now. it was alright there for a while, wasn't it? I was always like, oh, okay, most of it's in. And now I've started to adjust things. Here it's alright. I suppose it's good to keep it open for step 2, to keep it kind of all to play for. And sometimes our focus isn't as good as other times. I think that's just life, isn't it? So it's kind of, it came to me that it's still alright to attempt something, like to keep at it a bit without pushing yourself to do anything amazing on the days, especially when you don't feel like it's possible to focus with any real clarity. But I think it's still good to I think to even on those days, to show up with something, do something. It might not be the day that you use your best materials and stuff, or expect yourself to do your masterpiece, like that commission. Which I'm just reminding myself, I've got a portrait of a dog that I want to do before going to Ireland on Friday. So that needs to happen too at some stage. Some stage will be tomorrow, really, because I leave early on Friday morning. Well, tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday, yeah. Anyway, let's see. I'm kind of fighting with this cup. If in doubt, splash it out. Okay, so there's what happened so far. I don't know if you can even really see it with the glare. Here's what happened so far, and that's the beautiful setup. Thanks for joining me. It might just be a warm-up for something greater. You'd never know. And maybe see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.